as you mentioned Interpol there, and we know that the FMLN armed forces have been reformed to a certain degree. Has there been a real change in the police culture here in El Salvador?
I don't know, I don't understand exactly this question.
Sorry.
Repeat, please.
Well, certainly during the 80s, the police
During
and the
the 80s,
military
yeah.
were regarded as, they were feared, generally feared. And the culture of impunity, which as you have seen is occurring at the level of the highest levels in the society. But since the peace talks, I understand that some former combatants have been integrated into the police and the military. Has this led to a significant change in the culture of the police and the armed forces here in El Salvador, do you think?
Yeah, this is, we fought in the 80s when we had the Civil War, trying to stop the military dictatorship and to stop in the country the army can be the superpower as they were before. So like this was one of the main issues in the peace agreements, to change that. So now we have an army that is very different to the army that exists at that time. We have now an army that is reduced. All the corps created for the counterinsurgency, for the war at that time, disappeared. The doctrine of the army changed. A good number of the high-level officers of the army were put back because they were linked to criminal issues, and some others. And we also create a school to make the militaries can study together with civil leaders, and in that way they can understand better the life and the history of the country, which are the challenges and the goals that we must get. Through this, I can tell you that the militaries are very different now, and one of the most important proof for this is that in this last election, the right wing called the army to act against FMLN, because in their idea, FMLN was taking away the power through illegal ways, but the Ministry of Defense, the chief of the army, make a press conference very soon and say, no, we are going to respect the results of the votation of the election. So it was very interesting to hear this from him at that time, because the normal was in the 80s or in the 70s that someday the army is going to come and going to throw you away, and they are going to take the power again. Now they are very respectful of the civil power, and also respectful of the results of the elections. And the other case that I can show you as a demonstration, as a proof of this, is that a week ago the elected president Salvador Sánchez Serén was named the chief of the army in this country. By law, by constitutional law, the president is also the commander, the highest commander of the army. And he was named, he received the stick, I don't know how to say it, but the stick, like the meaning that he is the main chief of the army. This is something, understanding that he was before a guerrilla commander and now is the chief of the army. This is a very interesting case, because it means that in the army there is a better understanding of the rules of democracy, and they respect democracy and they support a deeper democracy now. So it's very interesting, but this is a proof that the army now has a different behavior, and the impunity that happened at that time no more is happening, because also now we have a legal system that is in many ways working different to that time, and especially the militaries, they know that they are not a superpower over the rest of the society. So this is another very important change that is happening in our country too.